Hello and welcome back to my channel. In the previous part of my beginner's guide series, I mentioned about introducing all the archetypes, but this is probably a low priority for the new players, so I'll discuss the more important stuff first. Farming is the most important thing in Arknights. It is so important that someone out there actually did the maths and calculated the sanity values of all the materials in the game as well as the most efficient map to farm them at. This is the entire spreadsheet and I will be explaining what all these colors and numbers mean. There are two ways to farm for materials. 1. Farm for the material directly, and 2. Farm for the lower tier materials and craft it into higher tier materials. For example, if you want to obtain an Oreorock concentration, a tier 4 material, do you farm 4-6 where the drop chance of an Oreorock concentration is very rare, or do you go to 1-7 to farm for Oreorock cubes, a tier 2 material, where it is guaranteed on every run and craft it up the tiers in the workshop? This spreadsheet answers your questions. I will be putting the link to the spreadsheet in the description below, so do download it. The first 2 pages, table of contents and introduction, as well, don't need to read it. The third page labeled individual farming rates shows the tier 1, 2 and 3 materials. In each tier, the first column shows the picture of the materials, the second shows the sanity value of the material. For example, looking at the sanity value for an Oreorock cube, it is 4.81. This means every 4.81 sanity you spend, you will usually get 1 Oreorock cube. The third column shows the best map to farm for a particular material, and the rest of the columns shows the sanity required to obtain the material of the respective tier. For example, to get an Oreorock cluster, a tier 3 material, you need 5 Oreorock cubes. Now, you have 2 choices. One is to farm up 5 Oreorock cubes in 1-7 and convert it into an Oreorock cluster, or farm 2-4 for the 1 Oreorock cluster. So how do you decide? See the highlighted box here? Yeah, they really spent their time to calculate everything. The highlighted box means it is more worth your sanity to farm up 5 Oreorock cubes in 1-7 than to farm for an Oreorock cluster in 2-4. This is done for all the craftable tier 3 materials. For the materials that do not have the option of crafting, the only way is to farm for it directly. Page 4 shows the sanity values for the materials shown. Do note that this is only an approximate value that helps you plan your sanity expenditure. From page 5 onwards, it seems a little nightmare-ish to read, but it is actually quite simple. From page 5 onwards, rock types are these things, gadget types are these, polyester types are these, iron types are these, sugar types are these, ketones are these, RMAs are these, manganeses are these, polished stones are these, alcohol are these, and of course, these nuts. Under rock type, these are the columns you really need to take note of. The rest are there for extra info. Column A shows all the maps that drop rock-type materials. Column G shows the sanity value for the main product of the stage, for example the main product of 1-7 as Oreorock cube and the main product of 2-4 as Oreorock cluster, so the value varies according to the stage. Column Q, R and S are also important. Q shows the sanity value for the subproducts you get when completing a stage. These are subproducts. R shows the total sanity product of the stage. This means the total sanity value of the main product plus the subproducts. S shows the sanity ratio between the sanity you spend and the sanity value of the products you get. Now, see how some columns have a different shade of color? This means these stages have a much higher sanity value than others. This means if you farm these stages in the long run, its benefits are higher. For rock type, stages 5-10 and 6-5 are the most worth. However, sometimes you just want the main product and couldn't care less about the subproducts. Then short-term benefit stages such as 1-7 becomes your go-to option to farm. All these statistics are shown for every type of material. If these are too difficult and confusing to read, just go back to page 3 labeled individual material farming rate and follow the map recommendation here. These values are tested thoroughly for accuracy and you can trust this spreadsheet. However, this spreadsheet doesn't cover alloy types, so I'll just show the values here. You might want to come back to look at these values when you want to farm for alloy types. And that is all. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing. It helps me a lot. Again, the spreadsheet is in the description down below, so go ahead and refer to it whenever you want to farm a material. See you in the next video.